There's the spending that you equate, I mean, this spending versus saving, and then there's a word that creeps in there that's a big deal. It's called spilling. And can you tell us about this idea of spilling?
Sure. Well, it's a term that probably nobody's heard used before as it relates to money, because I'd never heard of it until I wrote the book. And I thought, nobody likes to spill anything because it's messy. It takes time to clean up. It could be expensive to clean up. And yet, applied to money, it's very relevant. It's a good term because spilling money is nothing more than wasting money in a sense. It's spilling money is spending more for something than you need to spend to get exactly the same thing. It could be a service, it could be a product. And we tend to do it at times because it's so easy to spill money or it's so easy to spend. I'll digress for a minute just to the whole subject of spending because spending is probably the most common financial thing that any of us ever do. We spend so much, so often on so many things. Amazon reports handling 26 million financial transactions a day, 26 million a day. And Amazon is said to account for about 6% of aggregate sales. So that says that if you take that 26 million and you factor it up to where it's 100%, Americans are spending about $500 million a day. That's 6,000 transactions a second. That's how fast we spend money. And we do it because it's so easy. We've got money in our pocket. We don't think about it. It may not seem like a lot at the time. So we reach in our pocket and we pull out $3.50 for a latte and we don't think anything about it. Tastes good. We like them. It's sort of soothing. It slows us down. It's kind of a little creature treat, which we need. We need to treat ourselves to things that make us feel good. But that $3.50 a day for a latte, if you put that in the hands of an 18-year-old who loves lattes and gets one on the way to school, or maybe he's just graduated, he gets one on his way to work. In fact, he loves lattes so much he buys one when he comes home from work or home from school. So he's not spending $3.50 a day, he's spending $7 a day. Well, if he just cut back and said, I'm just going to have one latte a day. We don't want to do without things that we really enjoy, but we probably don't need 2 lattes a day. But if you cut back and instead of spending that extra $3.50 a day, put that $3.50 a day, which will have aggregated up to about $200,000 of aggregate expenditures during his working career. If you put that $3.50 a day into an S&P index fund, and I know you talk about funds a lot, Paul, and you believe in them, and so do I. S&P index fund is probably just a proxy for the 500 major companies in the country. That guy that spent that extra $3.50 a day or didn't spend it and put it into the S&P index fund would have $2 million in that S&P index fund when he retired. That's what $3.50 a day into a S&P index fund would amount to over the course of a working career if it just did in the future what it's done in the past, which is average about 10% a year. So that little spillage, which is that extra money that got spent over and above what he really needed to, it can add up to a lot of money.